Hello, guys. My name is John Jew, and I'll be covering Chapter 10 this week on gays and other targets of stigma. Chapter 10 was going to cover a little bit about myths of sexual and minorities, sociological theories explaining the same-sex identities, and social factors of homophobic impact globally and the consequences of how it affects the vulnerable groups which it occurs in. 10.1 kind of starts off with myths of sexual minorities. It goes on with a little bit of the effects of masculinity dependent between gay men and lesbians. Also, the same-sex origin, the symptoms of it being from mental illness. That's also a myth. Gay and lesbians are obsessed about sex. That is also one of the myths that is also a little bit more misconstrued. And homosexuality as them being a choice is like they woke up one day and say, yeah, I like this, like they want to do it, it's like force themselves. No, it's a natural occurrence that happens in their life. So 10.2 goes into relating the social theories of the social factors associated with the same-sex identities, interactional perspective, social constructivism, and biological perspective. These three focus on the sexuality, which includes labeling, and also the meanings of how it creates the social process. 10.3 describes social factors with sexual fluid practice. From this section, social factors can influence how people express their sexuality, and social attitudes can create pressure among them. The rise of awareness of acceptance of different sexual orientation identities may contribute to people feeling more comfortable in practicing and trying it out. 10.4 it goes into the analyze of social factors related to homophobia, which starts with social factors including the social construct of gender sexuality, which can lead to stigmatization of non-heterosexual identities. Homophobia can also result of learned behaviors and social norms that are passed down through generations. 10.5 outlines the problems that are created by homophobia in other countries. Homophobia can lead to discrimination in housing, unemployment, and healthcare abroad, other than the United States. It can also result in legal and persecution, including violence, harassment, and imprisonment. Also seen overseas in Europe as of right now. 10.6 goes on to analyze the consequences of stigma of other vulnerable groups. Stigma includes homophobia, which is not technically gays or lesbians, but they feel some type of way towards a certain gender or certain sexuality predicament. Can lead to a lot of negative outcomes and to various groups. And one of these can also lead to high rates of poverty due to the fact of the discrimination from workplace and mental issues. They don't take consideration of it at all, and it leads to a majority of people that are gay or lesbian to end up homeless. And being in the field and the mental health industry as of right now, I've noticed that does come across, and it does factor in a lot into my stories that I meet with people at work that talk about that being a mental health issue, and it leads to them being kicked out of their home, stigmatized by their family members as well. So this chapter really helped me kind of put two and two together more, and just be more aware of what's out there and try to figure out a better way for us to push the issue out, and let others know that they're seen. So thank you for being part of my topic this week, and covering chapter 10. Thank you.